Hey, hello everybody. It's your boy Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer, your friendly neighborhood hype merchant, your scumbag, your piece of shit. How are you doing? So when the stream went live, when I clicked the live button, I had to go use the bathroom real quick, and that took 5 minutes. Washed my hands, that took a minute, 45 seconds. And then I sit down, and then I get a phone call from my father. And then we talked for like 11 minutes or something, 12 minutes or something about stuff. And you might be asking, wow, Tyler, you're talking to your dad? You're actually like talking to your dad? You know, this one. That dad. It's so fucking weird how that happened, man. You're digging the pre-stream music? Are you digging my new t-shirt? Look at that. Let's not make a big deal out of this. It's just another strong bad email. They make a They Might Be Giants Homestar Runner t-shirt. Hey, Strong Bad. I'm a big balloon of chicken noodle soup. And like maybe 2% of you know what I'm talking about and will know that I did a perfect impression of Homsar. So, and I can also do a perfect impression of Strongbad. Let's not make a big deal out of this. But for some reason, it's the only thing I can say in Strongbad's voice. Hi, everybody. This is Fresh Air. I'm Tyler McVicker. Today we're going to be talking to the G-Man. G-Man, how are you doing? I'm thinking about doing, years and years and years ago, I did a live stream where there was a G-Man impressionist who did the G-Man voice really, really well. And we did an interview and he was in character of the G-Man. Then we kind of fell out of favor with each other for, you know, I think political reasons. And there's this guy on Instagram who does the G-Man, but he's dressed as the G-Man and he reviews chicken burger. That guy. If anybody knows that guy, you have an open invitation to do the live stream. I would love to do an interview with you in character on camera. Like, he was canceled? Oh, come on. Damn it. Are you serious? Which guy was canceled? Which guy was canceled? The first guy was kind of canceled because it happened years ago. It doesn't really matter. But like, Gabe Follower, the chicken burger G-Man guy, or are we talking about the first one that said, here's some Dunkin' Donuts because you're epic? Gabe Follower. Maxim. Max. The microphone. The first one, not the burger. Thank God. Yeah. Hey, man, if you want to be on the live stream and do an interview, but you're on camera in character and everything, and we just talk to you in the character of G-Man, you have an open invitation. And also the guy with the HEV suit, I think it would be very funny to also have him on stream. Like the Gordon Freeman cosplayer guy who did the Horse Life 3 joke, but you just have to sit there and you don't say a word. Like, you literally just have to sit there silently the whole time. That would be cool if we could do that. If we could have the G-Man actually do all the talking and then Gordon just sit there, like, because Gordon is in the stasis or whatever. I bought this book I bought this book. I read this book. Without context, this is fucking crazy. I did buy this book. I'm not advertising this book. This book actually is not very good, and I'm not entirely sure it is an AI. But I am interested in the study of addiction, specifically on this topic, because I'm recovering from it. But okay. Hey. So half an hour until we see if we're going to be getting the Steam frame today. It's my DS. What chair am I sitting on? It's so crazy that you ask. This is the FlexiSpot C7 Max. It's an excellent ergonomic chair. It has 60 headrests. It has 60 armrests, adjustable headrests, adjustable lumbar support. It spins. It has a footrest. Exclamation point chair in the chat. Click on that link when it comes up so you can take a look at the chair and take a look at the price. We are sponsored by FlexiSpot on today's live stream. FlexiSpot wanted to try and experiment and see if they could sponsor my live streams. What FlexiSpot doesn't entirely understand is that the success of my live streams have very little to do with me and have more to do with Valve doing something. So if they wanted to sponsor me during the Half-Life 3 streams, then they probably would have sold a lot of stuff. They're sponsoring me during Steam Frame month. Less interesting. My hair looks crazy. My hair looks fucking crazy. Yeah, they might be giants. I love them. They're great. Shout outs John Linnell. Shout outs John Flansburgh. You guys are awesome. John Linnell is 67 years old. That's not even a joke. John Linnell is 67 years old. He is. It's true. And yet, I'll show you this real quick. The thing that I love the most about this band is that it's incredibly inspirational for me in that they're proving that just because you get a little up there in age doesn't mean that you should stop living your life. Because this guy is, I think he's 66 in this video. Just look, I know a lot of you don't care, and we'll get to the Valve stuff in a second, but just look at the guy at the keyboard. He's 66. Also, this guy back here, that's John Flansburgh. He's 65 or 60. He's also 60. He's in his mid 60s. There's a point later where the singing gets so... Come on. Are you kidding me? He's how old? That guy is 67 years old. That is wild. That's fucking crazy. He's 67. Pull up John Linnell in the 90s. I need him. God damn it. Okay, yeah. So John Linnell, the guy who was just singing, we'll talk about stuff you guys give a shit about here in a second. He won People Magazine's 9th prettiest person in the world in like 1990 whatever. He did win people. He would, like, there was a community vote. There was like a reader vote on the prettiest person in the world, and he was number 9 in like 1999 or 1998. I'll try and find a video of him in the 90s to show that he was a very pretty man. Yeah, so that's John Lennon. That's the same guy. Crazy thing about that, right? If you just do the basic math, because I said he's 67 now. He's 38 there. That's not fair. That dude is 38 there. That's not fair. Are you kidding me? What the hell, dude? This dude didn't age until he hit like 58. That's not fair. Why? That's not fair. I think he's 35 here. I look older than him. Also, I think he knew that he was kind of a cute person because every time he's ever, like, on camera, he's doing this shit. He's doing the Paul McCartney eyes. Yeah. Anyways, I fucking love this band. I've been obsessed with this band lately, and Electra's probably, like, sick of hearing about it. Anyways, today might be the day we hear about the Steam frame. Also, to the guy who keeps buying me porn games, stop it. Please stop it. Stop. Any updates on the urinal situation? No. Hi, everybody. It's Tyler McVicker. There's nothing really we can do here. We're kind of just sitting around here. This They Might Be Giant sounds like the Wiggles to me. Okay. They did a lot of kids' music, so... My final take that could save frame release for Valve is to sell both a standalone and an upgrade for Index. No. Nope, that won't happen. Why do you think it won't be a Monday? I didn't say it won't be a Monday. I said it won't be a Friday. You think there's a chance they'll drop it in the middle of Train Fest? I don't think Train Fest is a big deal for Valve. I think there's always a fest. They kind of go crazy with their fests. There's always a festival. There's too many fests. Fests. We're always talking about fests. Why don't we ask about you and me and the world? Are you okay? Hi. We're infested. Fun fact about the conversation I had with Hugo earlier. He thought I told him last year that I have a hygiene problem. He said, no, he was talking about something, and he went, I thought it was funny, or you were like, you had that bathing problem, and I'm like, what? What? You're like, oh, yeah, like Electra's mad at you because you don't bathe or something. What? What? What are you talking about? He goes, I thought you had like a bathing problem. Huh? Well, I'm like, no, I like to take baths. I do them up. I like to buy bath salts, not the drug, the actual bath salts. Dr. Teal or whatever the guy's name is. And I like to use bubble bath, and I like to light candles and shit because I'm, kind of a feminine man. And Electra doesn't like that I take baths because she thinks baths are gross because you sit in your own stinky water. And he goes, oh, yeah, I thought you just didn't clean yourself. And you still talk to me? What the fuck? We're all gamers. Did I smell when I was at QuakeCon last year? No, I don't think. Okay. I like to take a bath. What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's awesome. He didn't hit me with, yeah, that's awesome today. When I hear, yeah, that's awesome, I try and end the phone call, because then at that point I'm like, okay, you're probably bored now. Yeah, Hugo talks to me more than my own father. It's true. He is your father? Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, okay, he would have been 21 the year I was born. So yeah, he could have been my dad. That's true. He would have been a bit young, a younger father, but yeah, he would have been 21 when I was born. So I guess that, yeah, that's very possible. Is there any specific evidence why the Steam frame could come today? Yeah. Valve is gonna do a thing eventually, and today is one of the days that has a chance. The proof is in the proverbial pudding. Gabe Newell is a guy who bought deep sea stuff, and now here we are. Hi everybody, Hemwato has given me... Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, that's awesome. Why is it today? Why do I think today? 43 months from Alex. Oh, I didn't say anything to anyone here. Alex 2 Debreen, 43 months, Twitch Prime, $3 from Tadius, 2907. How are you doing? Also song. Yeah, I have 51 minutes of music we got to listen through. I haven't done that in a while. TerraCraft 695, another month subbed, another month closer to the thing. Tier 1. Thank you so much. Then Beast Sugar Productions, 10 months, Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, so why today? Well, it's this week. It's at the latest the 29th. We don't know the specific day, but it's at the latest the 29th from what we've been hearing, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So it's like, it's any day. And so we're just kind of like hanging out. 29th is a week from tomorrow. I do understand that. It was between the 22nd and the 29th is what I heard, so... We're waiting for the Steam frame. Tough times never last. Only tough people last. Today's Tuesday, right? Valve mostly does things on Wednesdays? Not necessarily. All Steam hardware stuff has happened on Mondays, actually. And they actually mostly do stuff on Thursdays. The Yeah, That's Awesome has made it into the Steam Frame Discord. Yeah, that's awesome. Something was hidden inside a compartment inside my heart. Heavenly Warriors. What is this? How would you feel if Valve legitimately canceled Half-Life 3 because of you? I would probably... I feel like there's a joke somewhere about how it could not be the 23rd or 30th because they're afraid of the 3. I got the new DS port. Oh, it's too bright. Screen too bright. I got the new DS port. I got the new DS port. Show us your wallpaper on that thing? I already did. What's my favorite musical? I don't think I have one. I can't show you the wallpaper of the Einthor because it's just a picture of my penis and I'd get in trouble. Well, actually, it's just a picture of one of my testicles. It's a long story. Show us your wallet? No. Show bunghole? No. Tyler OnlyFans when? Probably never. Let's play credit card reveal. Real talk, I lost my wallet and I had to order new cards. So Tyler YouTube channel when? I'll think about it. That's a good idea. Tell me the 3 numbers on the back. What am I most excited about regarding the Steam Frame? VR. Tyler, fan hardware drop when? Fan hardware drop when? What? When's the next Passionate Gamer show? I'll be working on that tomorrow. Soon. Will you get back into streaming VR games? Yeah, when I get the Steam Frame, yes. Tyler, Twitch when? That's a great question. I don't know. I'll think about it. What are your thoughts on Half-Life 2 VR? It's good. It's good. I haven't played the whole thing, but it's good. He thinks he's getting a frame. Yeah, that's true. Because of frame, you'll be able to put SteamOS on your Thor. Yeah, and that's why I bought it, because I thought that would be a fun video. So today, tomorrow, or another day. Any day. Every day she takes her morning bath, she wets her hair. Wrap the towel around her as she headed for the bedroom chair. It's just another day. Are you still planning on interviewing the Johns, if they might be giants? I'm gonna try. Absolutely. Yeah. I heard one interview. So most interviews that they do, you can tell they don't really enjoy doing because they ask questions like, are you going to release this? How do you write your songs? Stuff like that. But I heard this one podcast they did where they talked about childhood and like how their parents treated them and how it led to them becoming musicians. And it was like the best interview I've ever heard. And I was just like shocked. How the hell did you get these people to talk about these stuff? What the hell? Very good interview. It was very wild to listen to. Next, British accent stream. Any news regarding the Steam Frame from Morty Floby? Morty Floby. Yeah, Morty Floby. It's between the 22nd and the 29th. You did Strong Bad and Homsar. Can I get a pom-pom impression? You should check out XTC. Yeah, it's one of those bands, you know. But you said this week it's between... I hope you have a nice day. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you. Tyler, when will you release? I don't know. 7 minutes until the time. I love how you can mute the stream for 5 seconds and encounter a completely different Tyler each time. I heard someone's working on a native TF2 VR port. Yeah, the Contractors one is really good. Bean Boys. Yes, Bean Boys, indeed. Can I frame the Steam Frame? 7 minutes until Doom and Gloom. Same time as Steam Machine. Yeah, the Steam Machine was at 1, right? That's when the embargo lifted. It's kind of crazy. It's July and we still don't have a price on the Steam Frame. Yeah, that's, Aaron Yeager and you have a lot in common. What? How? That's so true, though. Okay. Shoutouts. Armin and Levi and Mikasa. Tyler must also bite his fingers off regularly. Yeah, I guess so. Bumpy226 with the 35 months tier 1. Tyler McVicker and you have a lot in common. Yeah, I think about that all the time. That's the first game you're going to play in the frame. Alex? Probably. I kind of wish... Well, it's going fast. I kind of wish you could watch your old Legendary streams. No. Australian accent, please. Nar. We got new Steam frame shipments. Woohoo! Okay, cool. It's a good job, mate. I can hear thunder in the background. Yeah, we got thunder in the background. What's your bench PR? I don't remember. It's been years. Over under on $1,000 USD. I don't know what that means over under, but it's going to cost more than $1,000. Can you do an audiobook reading doing your YouTube voice for 50 Shades of Grey? No. Fluoride or no? What? Your thoughts on the fruit watermelon? I'm not a fan, but Electra loves it. Pee standing or sitting? Both. The real question is, do you wipe standing or sitting? Thoughts on the number 69? Well, 67 is better, so. Tyler, I have important news to share. Okay. Favorite leg? It won't be today? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be today. What is your t-shirt? What is on your t-shirt? Homestar Runner and Homsar dressed up as they might be giants. I hope that it'll have better reception than the machine, even if the machine is still doing well. Are you sure you aren't confusing the frame and machine dates as the machine was the 22nd? I might be. Tyler, they are coming. They are almost here. We don't have time. It's over. They are coming. Okay. Tell them to aim somewhere we can clean it up. Your favorite grandpa? My grandpa. My mom's dad. If someone was willing to pay you to narrate an audiobook, how much would you ask for it? I don't know. How long would it take? It depends on the length of time the project would take. John Linnell is my favorite grandpa. If Hugo Martin's my dad, I guess John Linnell could be my grandfather, yeah. Would that make sense? If Linnell was born in 59, how old would Linnell have been when Hugo was born? 17? I guess that he'd be a very young father, but I guess that would make sense. Your answers are too real for this chat. Doom, Knee Deep in the Dead, Tyler McVicker audiobook. That would be interesting, but I'd probably get in trouble for doing it. Do an audiobook. I don't think that I would. The frame is $5,000. God, could you imagine? It's crazy how unhinged the chat is while waiting for a Valve product versus your usual stream chat. Yeah, that's fine. Derp1777, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Very nice. Do you mean 22 through 27 or 22 through 29? How many of the people that are watching right now were just here from like the Steam Frame server or subreddit or something, thinking that they can somehow extract more detailed information from my dumbass? Like, not at all used to who I am or the shit that I usually deal with. Because the way that people are asking these questions are like, maybe Tyler doesn't know how to explain what he's heard. Let's ask him more specified wording of questions. It's like... You don't work at Valve? No. God damn it. YouTube put you on my front page, so now I'm here. Hi. Gotta prompt the AI, LLM Tyler McVicker. Now answer it, but don't make any mistakes. Beastmaster with the Twitch Prime, 38 months. Yep, okay, so... I don't know what that is, so no. Why are you confident on this week? I wouldn't say confident. I would say it seems like it's gonna happen. It's the Steam Frame. We're not talking about HLVR, or we're not talking about HLX. I don't... It's not that big a deal. So same time tomorrow, get on Binding of Isaac. You got to play Den Shatak. Something was hidden in the secret compartment inside. All right, let's see what this game is. What are your thoughts on DLSS on newer NVIDIA GPUs? My thoughts? It's fine, I guess. Yeah, somebody gifted me like 40-some porn games on Steam, and so now Steam thinks that all I want is porn games. Thanks, guys. I had to reject all of them. No, I'm trying to not, you know, interface with that stuff at all. You know, I am an adult, and there are things that are happening in my life that I care deeply about. And so I'm trying to grow up for reasons beyond myself, if that makes sense. What am I looking up? Den Shatak? Den Shatak. Oh, this is kind of cool. I guess. Oh, yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'll add that to my wish list. On Steam, some games on Steam are malware that'll steal your information. Really? Interesting. Valve invited you for voice acting. What character would you like to take? Sink Pisser 2000. I want to give a quick shout out to my new favorite name. It's no longer Kerner Sandals. It's no longer Bees Trigger Productions. It is Sink Pisser 2000. I want to give a quick shout out to my favorite name on Twitch. Sink Pisser 2000. Sink Pisser 2000. Everybody, let's give a round of applause for the best name that we've heard on Twitch all day. Sink Pisser 2000. You are the man. That's beautiful. What a great name you have. There's a recent video about the FBI cracking down on a group that made a bunch of games that are malware. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Clapping my ass cheeks. Good for you, man. Frame time Jover. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out until 2, just in case, you know, they're not hitting their normal shit. Sink Pisser 2000, tell us a joke. Sink Pisser 2000, tell us a joke. Play a Half-Life mod? Do I have one installed? Yeah, I got a few installed. Was Machine on a the Machine was on a Monday. Play Doom 2. Play Doom 2. Okay. Whole lot of copies of Glean. You got a whole lot of copies to sign. I actually have not gotten all the achievements on the Doom 1+2 thing. Doink. So I guess we can do that while we wait. We're going to wait another hour. You guys know I like this game. I've wanted to get all the... I wanted to 100% achievement all the games. All the id Software stuff. And I don't have all the classics fully finished yet, so... Hexen 1 and 2, which I'm really happy they did. I wonder what the remaster will be this year, if there even will be one. I hope there is one. You know, it'll be cool if there was. But let's quickly play through all of Doom 2. How long will that take? An hour? Night Dive pretty much clean said yes, there's going to be something. Alright, well I hope that I get like the opportunity to make a video early about it or something. I did last year with... Well, actually, I think I've had foreknowledge of pretty much every like announcement since Quake 1 remaster, because I'm cool, you know. GG, no frame, see you next week. No, you're gonna see me tomorrow. We're doing this every day until the frame's out. Alright, I gotta speed up, but I'm just trying to collect all the secrets for the first few. Do you like Brutal Doom? I just got back. Why are we playing Classic Doom? Because we're gonna wait another hour to see if the frame happens today. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. This level's in Doom Eternal. I'm not at Doom Eternal. After the frame HLX waiting room, I only do waiting. So here's the thing. People obviously think that I just like, you know, only do stuff just to make money from it. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because if I was a money-making person, I would have never ended the Half-Life, the HLX waiting rooms, you know what I mean? They would have went on forever. Right, I only do waiting rooms when there appears to be good evidence to suggest that something is about to happen. We don't wait for HLX anymore? Well, I mean, you probably saw the video I made, the last HLX files, which will be the last one for a while, because the reaction I got from the community over it was not positive. People think I'm just making up the strings, I guess. Why didn't that... It didn't open the secret compartments. We gotta get all the kills. God damn it. November was really something else, huh? No, it was a great time. Absolutely. Oh, there you go. Can't leave a single demon alive. I mean, do people expect you to leak images or gameplay from the game? Yeah, I think so. I don't know what people specifically expect from me anymore, but I can say that the audience is definitely fatigued on HLX leaks and strings and stuff, and they just are like, either the game comes out or I don't believe Tyler. And it's like, that's your own prerogative, man. I can't make you believe something. But it is annoying how, no matter how many times we do this, it seems like it's the same fucking pattern every time, you know? You know, it doesn't matter how many times in the past it ended up being correct. Because, like, if people are waiting too long, they're just going to pretend like everything that happened before didn't happen or was just blind, dumb luck. So, you know, it's a little annoying. It's a little disheartening, but there's nothing you can do about it. Waiting too long for a Half-Life game is a crazy statement. Yeah, I know. I know. But it's the reality. You know, people wanted it to happen back in November, and the fact that it didn't is too much for certain people to handle, which is, like, incredibly hilarious for me, having been waiting for it since... For me, I've been waiting since 2009. But, you know, people think I'm just making the shit up, you know. And some people know I'm not making it up, but they also don't like me, so they want to, like, spread the outrage so that people who don't know any better just think I'm making shit up. If that makes sense. Uh-oh. I fucked up. Doom 2 don't fuck around sometimes. We're on ultraviolence, by the way. God damn it. Have you ever played Chex Quest? Yes, all the way through. I really don't want a pistol start. Thoughts on the icon of sin as a villain? What do you mean? I don't entirely understand the question. Do I like Half-Life or Doom more? I think I like Doom a little bit more. But I think part of that has to do with it's such a wide variety of games in a franchise. Because, like, classic Doom is its own thing. Doom 2016 is its own thing. Doom Eternal is its own thing. I'm dead. I'm Fred. Doom 3 is its own thing. Doom the Dark Ages is its own thing. So, like, I think Half-Life means more to me emotionally, you know? But I think that Doom is just more fun overall because of, like, the wide variety of game that exists. The hell is happening there? I don't know. In a different life, if I didn't act like such a big shot with, you know, like the beta builds and everything, cross the map. I could have, oh, hello. I probably could have ended up closer with people from Valve, and my opinion might have been changed, but that's my own damn fault, you know. I don't got anyone to blame but myself with that one. We've got 1% in a song. That's exactly right. This is like the worst part. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. This might be a lost cause. A lesson for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, he teleported behind me. Doy. And then he's going to teleport over there. Save. See, I need to get down there. But I'm so bad at strafe running. This is limbo right here. Yeah, it is. How the hell am I supposed to get in there? I refuse to play video games where barrel rolling is not an option. Wednesday frame, or is it just... It's any day between now and the 29th, except Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is there any health back here? Anything that I missed? No. Why the 29th? Why are you asking? Why do you think I can answer that? The reasons that I think the things that I think is because I heard something from a person. If I were to give you specific information about those individuals, that'll get those individuals in trouble. So what exactly is it that you were looking for in the situation? Okay, now I'm at 20% health. He heard it from Valve hardware updates. That was one of the people I heard it from, yeah. But I'm pretty sure I'm the one that told that guy that. What does Tyler think of the new Doom DLC? I think it's the best thing they've made. Total swan song for that team. And they didn't deserve what they had happen to them, and Microsoft doesn't seem to understand what they own with id. And I'm not saying things that aren't my own opinions, because I have to be very careful, because I am friends with Hugo and I don't want Hugo to get in trouble. Circular info? No. Whatever. Sometimes people think that if they annoy me enough, then I'll just like start saying things to prove that I'm right. And maybe back when I was younger that would have been the case, but I've learned not to fucking do that. That's why I streamed the beta build, because people were still like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And I'm like, this'll show him. I had to be an idiot. I can't believe I'm surviving. Do I like this version, the Kex Engine version, better than Unity Doom? Yes, I do. This version is better than Unity Doom. Yes. Oh my god, how do I do the strafe run to get into the hole? That was close. Strafe jump, strafe run for the chicken, or strafe jump for the beef? Is that what the joke was? Do I like Brutal Doom? Yeah, I like Brutal Doom. I don't think Brutal Doom is at all representative of what the classic Doom gameplay experience should be, and some people think... There are some people that believe, like, you know, why would you ever play classic Doom? Brutal Doom is like classic Doom, but, like, better or whatever. Use spacebar to jump? That's right, I needed to use spacebar to jump. God damn, I'm such a fucking noob with this. How is it compared to GZ or UZ Doom? Well, it's more like Chocolate Doom, but with some graphical effects and stuff, because it's, you know, there's no vertical mouse look, there's no jumping, there's no crouching, that kind of stuff, so. Alright, I guess I just don't get the secret. Tyler doesn't know how to walk diagonally. Sad. I know. I'm really, really bad at strafe running. The index speakers are so elite. They're elite. John Carmack dunked a rat into oil and thought this is the ultimate Doom, and then thought of Doom. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't think John Carmack dipped a rat in oil, and that's where the idea for Doom came from. The idea of Doom came from their Dungeons and Dragons games. So did Quake. If the frame is above 1,000, would a second-hand index below 400 be a better choice? For an individual on a budget? Yeah, probably. Half-Life 1 or Black Mesa? Half-Life 1, but I love Black Mesa. I'm not one of those people that, like, hates on Black Mesa. I think Black Mesa is brilliant for what it is. Except some of Zen kind of sucks ass. I want a Quake 4 remake. Don't we all? No, I don't. Quake 4 is kind of boring. Doom 3 is better than Quake 4, in my opinion. But the Strogification scene. The best Doom 3 is Prey 2006. That's the best Doom 3, in my opinion. I'm one of the people that like Black Mesa's Interloper. Congrats. It's not good, but, you know, power to you. I really hope they do QuakeCon again after this year. I can't make it this year, but I really want to go again. And part of me is like, this is the last one. That's not based on anything. No one's told me nothing, but that's just like how it feels. This is the weirdest room in all of Doom. Cut about 50% of Black Mesa's Zen and you'd be fine. I completely agree. The first Zen chapter is brilliant. Genuinely, like, I think some of the best content in all of Black Mesa. The beginning of Zen is just so well done. It's so beautiful. There's so much world building, some really interesting gameplay stuff that's going on. It's just the factory stuff goes on a little bit too long, in my opinion. And the Vort Village stuff is great. I really like the Vort Village stuff. The factory part where you're like on the... Yeah, I kind of don't like that part at all. I also like the OG Nyland fight way more. That's cool. Yeah, Interloper is just... Yeah, you're exactly right. Interloper is not as good. Like, it doesn't live up to how good Zen, the first chapter, is. The first Zen chapter is fucking brilliant. Electra and I are watching Friends for the first time. I can't believe we're just now watching Friends for the first time. But we're watching Friends for the first time. And Electra freaked out when Chandler went, hey, you guys want to play Doom? Electra went, what is the premise of Friends? There are these 6 friends. That's the whole, there are 6 friends. Yeah, that's awesome. Fuck you guys. Should have never told you. Oh, Jesus. When was the last time I saved? Okay. But yeah, Chandler wanted to play Doom. Chandler asked the other guys if they wanted to play Doom, and Electra freaked out. Electra was like, oh, Doom! We know Doom! Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, people sometimes are like, why is Dark Ages the way it is? And they don't realize that Dark Ages is meant to be a modern reinterpretation of this style of game specifically. Was it the right move? I don't know. They also have a tornado foosball in their apartment, which is the pinnacle of foosball. Damn, we got a foosball nerd up in here. I think I'm going to pop the question soon, Tyler. Any advice? Actually, yeah, but the advice I can give you is based off of my own story, which Electra doesn't like to be told. So I think that question would have to be asked privately. Please, id, do not make an only ray tracing Doom game again. Pretty much everything id Tech moving forward is going to require ray tracing because of the ease of development that it allows. Sorry, but that's just the world we live in. This isn't a situation where it's like, you know, Todd Howard saying, well, actually, we did optimize the engine. You just need to upgrade your computer, because id Tech is optimized really, 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 really well. But ray tracing allows for faster iteration of level design and asset development, because it allows the lighting to not have to be pre-baked or calculated, which can take a long time. So the requirement of ray tracing was less of a we want the fancy lights and more to do with it makes development easier. Like, it genuinely makes development easier. Right? And at this point, ray tracing has existed. Disagree. Ray tracing has been in offline rendering since the 80s. Oh, right. Okay. I thought you were saying ray tracing won't stick around. It very much will. So also, you know, NVIDIA GPUs have supported ray tracing since the 2000 series, and we're in the 5000 series. And so that's like, you want the min spec to remain the 1070 or the 1080 Ti forever. And that card came out like, what, 10 years ago? I don't know what to tell you, man. Why not ship the game with baked lighting? Because that would require remaking the entire lighting for every map for every level. Like, because you would effectively be art passing 2 games. Development is not about to be easy. It's what's best to do for your art direction, and the Dark Ages is not better looking than Eternal. If what you're saying is they picked ray tracing for art direction, and not for ease of development use, there's probably some truth to that. but it's the reason why developers, especially PC-focused developers, are moving over to ray trace lighting, is because it means you don't have to bake your lighting anytime you ever move anything in a level. Also, Dark Ages does look better than Eternal. You're just wrong. AAA industry is killing itself with these types of decisions, and indie games are going to get more popular because of it. I mean, no. The problem with AAA is much deeper than id Software decided to require ray tracing. I watched an interview by the Doom team, and it allows it for 10x faster development. Yeah, it does. I don't want my game to require AI upscaling. Okay. You mean DLSS? Like 2.0, 3.0 DLSS? Man, everybody talks like they know what's best for game development all the time, and it's like, okay, how many game developers do you talk to on a daily basis? Like, here's the way that I look at it, right? I'm a big fan of 90s PC games. I think that the late 90s, I think from 1996 into 2001 was the pinnacle of the PC gaming industry. I think it was the best time to be a PC gamer, and I absolutely adore the 90s as a PC, as like the PC, like it's just my favorite era, right? A graphics card remained min spec for like 2 years in the 90s, and you had to upgrade your card quite frequently. Nowadays, it feels as if, for very good reason, because, you know, people are struggling financially and stuff, and that's fine, but not requiring a ray trace graphics card means you're not requiring a ray trace graphics card means you're requiring a card that is at least a 2000 series NVIDIA card. And that came out when? 2020? 2021? $2018? Jesus Christ, guys. Okay, when did the 1080 Ti come out? The 1080 Ti came out in 2016. So you're saying that that AAA game developers should always develop for something that's 10 years old? Like, what is it that you actually want out of this? Like, fuck NVIDIA for so many reasons. But ray tracing cards have existed since, like, 2018. Like, eventually the tech is going to upgrade past you. That's just how tech works. I don't understand. What does that mean for AMD cards, though? AMD cards do support ray tracing. I just don't know which generation was the first one to support it. If ray tracing speeds up development, why don't they bake the lighting for the release builds? Okay. I'm going to need everybody that's making the argument against forced ray tracing in Doom: The Dark Ages to tell me what graphics card you're running. Titan XP. So that doesn't support ray tracing. That was like the last card before ray tracing, right? You're running a Voodoo 2? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to run Doom 3. You won't... Voodoo 2, you're not running Quake 3 very well. So somebody asked, okay, if they do all the development with ray trace lighting, why don't they then just do baked lighting for a release build? Okay. So that's because it's a completely different system, and it would require redeveloping the lighting for every level as if it's not lit at all. You can't translate ray trace lighting into a pre-baked lighting solution. That doesn't exist. It shows a misunderstanding on how the technology works in the first place. And yeah, it's the same argument as like, why is that? Yeah, okay. It's the same argument as like, why is that game not on the PlayStation 4? I don't own a PlayStation 4. It's like, because the PlayStation 4 came out ages ago, the PS5. It's the same. It's like, well, why is that game not on the GameCube? I don't have a Wii. And yeah, dynamic baked lighting is significantly more expensive than a well-optimized ray trace engine, which id Tech is an incredibly well-optimized ray traced engine. Is there a hybrid between ray traced and baked so that more people can run games while devs get easier development? Technically, it's dynamic baked lighting, which, as Sterling has said, a person who works with this stuff professionally, is dramatically more expensive and will result in the game not running at all. Like, there's a conversation to be had with developers not optimizing their games. Starfield and Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered are embarrassingly poorly optimized and should not have been released in the state they were in. But roping in id Tech is just not the thing to do, because it is not at all the case. Like, I don't know how, like, yes, it requires a ray traced card, but that is a card, like, it's not even the same conversation. It's not even close. Which is why it makes zero sense why Microsoft would at all go after id Software, because id Software literally is like the company that does everything correctly. Even if you don't agree with some of their design decisions and stuff. What is the secret in this room? I always forget the secret in this room. Doom the Dark Ages runs pretty solid at 30 FPS on a Steam Deck. Correct! And so those of you that are excited about, like, you know, the Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remasters, they're going to run like shit. They are going to run really, really badly. That's just going to happen. My God, where is the button for the Crusher? It'll run like the Oblivion remaster, yeah. Because it's the creation engine using UE5 as a wrapper, and it's just trash. It's not good. Watch the last video I put out. That's all the hopium I have. There's more to life than hopium. The game will come out. Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? I'm not announcing anything. I'm not, like, saying anything is happening or anything. But I had a nightmare that Electra was pregnant. That's not the nightmare part. But I had a nightmare that Electra was pregnant, and that the day that she gave birth, the day that she was, like, ready to give birth, was the day that Half-Life 3 was finally announced. She's not pregnant. She's not pregnant, right? But the dream was she was, and the day that she gave birth, like the day her water broke, was the day that they announced Half-Life 3, right? And so I told Electra that, and she went, oh, if that happens, you're working. If that happens, you're working. And I'm like, what? And she's like, if that happens, you are doing that live stream. And I'm like, why? She goes, because you'll pay for the whole hospital visit with that one live stream. Are you kidding? It's the Half-Life 3. And she just immediately turned into me for a minute. And I'm like, but I don't want to... What? And she's like, how many viewers watched you play, how many viewers watched you on the announcement day for Half-Life Alyx? And I'm like, oh, geez, like 17,000, 22,000. We were on the front page of Twitch, and she goes, yeah. How much money did you make that day? Yeah. And she goes, and that was a VR, and she just turned into me because she knows everything, you know? She's like, that was a VR game. This is Half-Life 3. Tyler, you're doing that live stream. I'm like, okay, so, but, okay. And it's like part of her, she's right, but at the same time, I'm like, God damn it. Would I actually be able to bring myself to stream in that scenario? It would be a scenario where I would not be at my best. You know, like it would be a bad stream, but it wouldn't matter. Even if I'm not like in peak form doing like the best stream I could do, it's the Half-Life 3 day, so it doesn't matter. Like the content of the stream will carry the stream, you know? And so it's like, okay. But I thought that was so funny because Electra was like, no, if that actually were to happen, you're hypothetically missing the birth of your child because, you know, you'd make enough money to pay for the whole hospital visit. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to miss that. Okay. So what do you guys think? Is she right? Papa wasn't there for your birth, but your college fund is secured. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah, so like the most money I've ever made in a single day, I think was not the day Half-Life Alyx came out, but the day Half-Life Alyx was announced, I think was my highest performing day ever, like in the history of my channel. I think you have the right to not stream. Oh, absolutely, but like it's Half-Life 3 day. You know what I mean? Like that will be the highest performance, like the day the game is announced and then the day the game is released. Like everybody know, even people that hate me are like, yeah, but he's worked his whole life for that day. Like, even people that genuinely want to see me dead are more than likely going to tune into that live stream. Like, Valve, I'm blacklisted at Valve, I'm pretty sure. Valve will be watching that live stream. I know that sounds really, like, pompous and arrogant to suggest that, like, oh, what... Valve will be... I will be on a television at Valve Software the day that game, like, because it's like I've been here the whole fucking time. Do you know what I mean? There are people at Valve that watched me grow up from the time I was 14 talking about this shit. The day I got engaged, the day I proposed to Electra was the day Jungle Inferno finally came out. So was Sam Reich. I was thinking of that when I said it. Yeah. Man, it is crazy how not used to the Doom 2 levels I am, because I always play Doom 1 over Doom 2 because I fucking hate the Doom 2 levels. I don't like Doom 2's levels very much. Doom 2 has the best enemies and weapons and stuff. Doom 2's levels are so bad. through most of the game. The first, like, 7 or 8 are great, and then you get to the Peterson levels, and it's just, it's really bad. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Sandy, I hope you're doing well. Everything you just said is absolutely wrong. And then American McGee was like, yeah, what the hell are you talking with the you know, somebody drugged the punch bowl or whatever story? Your Gabe Newell impression fooled me? My Gabe Newell impression fooled you? I don't think my Gabe Newell impression is that good. It's not that good. Yeah, I don't think it is. Welcome to Team Fortress 2. After 9 years in development, hopefully it will have been worth the wait. I can be reached at gaben@valvesoftware.com. Thanks, and have fun. Your Scout impression's good? That I agree with. My Scout impression is pretty good. But that's because it's just Boston guy. My favorite impression that I do is Soldier. I think I'm pretty good at that one. Like, so going back to the forced ray tracing thing, I completely understand that it's very frustrating in today's day and age that everything is really expensive and you need to, like, catch up with stuff and, like, be spending money in order to be able to enjoy technology and video games and stuff. And so I completely get that, right? Like, that sucks. But at the same time, you know, it's the same kind of conversation as, like, why isn't Valve still supporting Team Fortress 2? There's an audience there. And the answer is, well, it's because Team Fortress 2 is 20 years old. The modern gaming audience, for some reason, is not capable of allowing things to move on or for change to truly occur. And I don't entirely understand it, because I've been around much longer than the average gamer, because I get to be an adult man-child professionally, right? So, like, I was around I watched games live and die really, really quickly. Like, back in the 360 days, back in the PS2 days even, games didn't last very long at all. You know, a game would come out, a game might have, like, some DLC or something, and then that would be that. There'd be a new game, and people could move on. Nowadays, I think it's because people are so used to the idea of, like, platforms and stuff. Games need to survive forever. Like, the games cannot ever end. And Team Fortress 2 is a perfect example of people being, like, really unwilling to allow games to just end. Do you know what I mean? And then the older a game becomes and the longer a game's lifespan goes on for, the people that are still remaining in that community end up becoming the most mentally unwell in the community, and the community just becomes like a parody of itself. It's a nightmare. You know what I mean? The Team Fortress 2 community is one of the most toxic gaming communities I'm aware of. Just by default. It's not even close. I'm dead. This is impossible. Black Ops 3 Zombies? Not even... dude, it's not... You might think that there's another game that's way more toxic. It's not even close. Team Fortress 2, you have no idea. There's stuff that I deal with on a day-to-day basis that you are unaware of, and you likely will never know about, that it's not even close. It's kind of hard to find as a regular person, but at its peak, it's the absolute worst. It's really bad. Yeah. And so it's kind of the same thing as, like, games could never die, hardware could never become obsolete. And I do understand some of it because people, you can't afford to buy the new games all the time. You become attached to the games that you have and stuff. But really, the forced ray tracing conversation with id Tech is a difficult one to defend, because that means that you're like, look, their min spec should be something that's like 10 years old now. No, death threats are one thing. That's not what I'm talking about. It's much, much worse than that. Yeah, the min spec for Doom the Dark Ages, for it to require ray tracing. What is the min spec on Dark Ages? Yeah, 2060 Super or better. And when did the 2060 Super come out? I think that's 2018. 2019, pre-COVID. Okay, so those in the defense position, give me your argument. Play dead simple, here we go. Hump your mom. My problem with Dark Ages is I had to turn all the settings way down to get a stable 144 on a 7900 XT. It ended up looking worse than Eternal. That's because you turned all the settings down to get 144 frames a second. They were aiming for 60. Shit is expensive and games are less exciting these days. Okay. I think some of the best video games of all time have come out in the last 5 years. I think sometimes people are dealing with the fact that as they get older, games are just less entertaining, and they don't like the idea of growing up. I'm the passionate gamer. I think some of the best games of all time came out in the last 5 years. Gaming is still very much exciting now. It's just corporations are making the AAA space kind of shitty, and so the few companies that still exist in the AAA space making excellent stuff, a la id Software, really shouldn't be fucked with, and if they are, it needs to be taken very, very seriously. id Software is not forcing ray tracing because they're lazy or because they're like Nvidia paid them to do that or some shit. Like, it's just because it's the next, like, it's id Software. They always push the tech. Do you know what I mean? $5, thank you so much. It's like people are mad at id for wanting to be on the bleeding edge of the tech in gaming, and it's just like, what are you talking about? It's id Software. Carmack would have... Here's the fun thing. Carmack would have required ray tracing years ago. If Carmack was still around, Doom Eternal would have required ray tracing. Also, before we had frame gen, DLSS is fucking magic. I have no problem with the standard, just upscaling of DLSS. I think frame gen is fucking stupid. It's short, it's like, it's almost the interpolation bullshit on, like, modern LG televisions. But, like, modern DLSS is fucking cool. Just like the upscaling of the resolution itself. I think that's neat. It's pretty, it's okay, you know, it's cool that that can happen. But games shouldn't be developed with DLSS in mind to hit their min spec. And id Software games aren't. Their targets are 60 because they work on consoles. And so if you're, like, upset, somebody's upset because they had to, you know, oh, I had to turn the settings down to hit 144 FPS in a brand new AAA game. Okay. You know, I always say this, but it would do the AAA space some good if developers were allowed to be more human and people were able to, like, kind of get the humanity behind game development understood in their minds. The problem with that is that the AAA space don't want that to happen, because if you humanize game developers, people will become even more angry when they pull dumb layoff bullshit. A humanized game development force is a much more powerful force because they're names that can be recognized. And then also, the crazy side of the AAA space would result in some of the worst doxing that you could possibly imagine. Like, some people would treat people like trash. Some people, like, unfortunately, the gaming space and internet culture has amplified the most unhealthy and unhinged voices in the entire industry, and it's, like, unavoidable. But the combination of anonymity mixed with infinite reach has turned a lot of internet culture into these, like it's fun to be angry, to use a turn of phrase of the kids these days, like to LARP as an individual who's offended, which will then in turn trick normies into believing that there's actually something to be upset about, when in reality, in the first place, you were only looking for something to be upset about because you didn't like them to begin with. You started with the I don't like them, and you started to solve for the answer of, okay, I don't like them to begin with. What can I find out about this person to make the rest of the internet mad at them? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what you call that, but it's the whole, like, I don't like somebody for my own personal reasons, and I want to get the internet to turn on this person, so I'm going to look for something to make the rest of the internet upset about, which, if in a different situation, would have never made that person upset in the first place. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the Twitter situation. And it's like Twitter completely broke the internet when it comes to any kind of discussion on really anything. Is that, yeah. And so, like, the dehumanization of just game development is my least favorite thing that's occurred in game development. And this is something I always argue for, but AAA spaces really don't like when you try to humanize your development force, because then it gives more power to the worker. How much RAM does a Steam frame have? Well, it uses a different kind of RAM, and I think it's 16 gigs shared. LPDDR6 RAM, and it's shared between, yeah, the 16 gigs is shared between the normal RAM and the VRAM. That's correct, yeah. Yeah, it's probably not today, which is a shame. I wanted it to be today. But hey, I get to do more of the waiting room streams. That's fun. Why did it do that? I didn't want that. Oh, ow. I get that you don't like the price, but what do you think the price of the Steam frame will be? Between $1,200 and $1,500, it depends. It doesn't look good. You said that id pushes technology. I don't remember them doing anything technological for Doom 4 or Doom Eternal. Okay. You sure about that? Just because the technological advancements in their game engine tech isn't something that's so forward-facing that they can come up with a hype buzzword for it doesn't mean that they're not the people that seem to be pushing the tech as far as they possibly can. I'm sorry, but it sometimes comes off like people don't know what they're talking about. Stunlock, 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 stunlock! Damn it. Sometimes some of the, you know, technological advancements that you're seeing aren't things that you're going to be aware of because the game is running so damn well that you don't really think about the engine in the first place. You know, that whole, like, if you do everything correct, sometimes people won't even realize what you did in the first place kind of thing. Doom 2016 pretty much single-handedly ended the military shooter craze. Yes. I don't think people understand what it was like to play Doom 2016 when it first came out. There was nothing like it on the market. Other than maybe Dusk. Like secrets. There were secrets. Big, open-ended levels. Really varied environments. Fun, like, it's hard to explain how crazy Doom 26 was when it came out. And then also, Doom Eternal when it came out. Like, again, I don't think you understand how much Doom Eternal has influenced stuff. Doom Eternal was heavily influenced by FromSoft. But Doom Eternal has influenced FromSoft. Like, AAA developers are always playing each other's games, especially the respected ones like Capcom, FromSoft, id Software, that kind of thing. Tyler, this FOV is sending me. Yeah, people don't like high FOV, but I get real motion sick if I'm not playing with a high FOV. It's just, it's always been a thing. I don't know why. Doom 2016, even today, holds up. Like, it's a very, very good game. The thing about Doom 2016 that annoyed me was a lack of save anywhere. Yeah, well, I mean, it was core to its design, but okay. The floor is going to go away. Why did I do this? Why did I drop down? I've played it before. I know this level. I even said the floor is gonna go away. I will forever stand by the idea that Doom Eternal influenced Elden Ring in the same way that Sekiro influenced Doom Eternal and Doom the Dark Ages. Game developers that are passionate about games play games, and then the games that they play influence the games that they make. Hugo Martin is like, I've never played FromSoft game, sorry, but he is always trying to get me to play whatever the newest FromSoft game is, and I still need to play one, and the one he's trying to get me to play is Sekiro. Japanese devs play Western trash? Okay, so that's bait, right? Like, are you kidding me? I told Hugo, I will play Sekiro if you play Witcher 3. Because Witcher 3 didn't click for Hugo, right? And I'm like, you gotta get through White Orchard. White Orchard is kind of boring. You gotta get through White Orchard. And he's like, ugh. Witcher 3 didn't click for me either. Yeah, so White Orchard is the tutorial segment, and for some people, it's really, really boring. Sekiro is insanely difficult. Yeah, I know, which is why I don't really want to play it. I don't want to have a heart attack. A lot of people don't like FromSoft/Souls games. I'm not sure how high of a percentage is. They might feel disenfranchised seeing parry slop, as they call it. Parry slop? My God. Okay. I think it's just I think a better way of putting it, a more intelligent way of putting it is design fatigue. Like, oh, okay, so like, yeah, there's differences, but for the most part. Try Elden Ring. The game is very easy with the right stuff. You mean if I just build like a cheesable loadout or something? Yeah, I've not played any FromSoft games. I'm a first-person shooter guy first and foremost, right? Like, I will always and forever choose a game in a first-person perspective over a game that isn't in a first-person perspective. I couldn't even finish Expedition 33. What's that have to do with anything? I haven't really played much of that one. I have such a long like list of games that I need to play, but I don't know what Expedition 33 has anything to do with. The combat parry mechanic was so redundant. Okay. I thought it was an evolution of what Paper Mario did, and people seem to be like obsessed with that one. Why don't more Japanese studios make FPS games? I don't know. They just don't. It's not really a popular thing. It's a turn-based RPG, Expedition 33, right? And so I guess they were just trying to find something interesting to do to make the turn-based combat a little more entertaining, I think. Too many games try to repeat Dark Souls. Repeat? Yeah, I mean, studios are always, like, lesser studios are always going to try and copy what's successful, you know, because, you know, game executives, the people that make the decisions with the money in the AAA space are like, what's successful? Okay, we're doing that too. That's why everybody made a Battle Royale in 2018. That's why everybody, you know, did survival crafting stuff in 2011 to 2014. I don't like games that require me to use a mouse and keyboard. Okay. Well, everybody has their thing, but you see, and that's totally okay. You know, everybody has their thing in the way that they like to play their games and stuff. But that doesn't mean that the game always has to cater towards your specific preferences, you know? So it's like, okay, you don't like to play games that require a controller. You like mouse and keyboard games. That's fine. But if a game doesn't cater to you in the first place, that just means the game's not for you. There seems to be this idea that it's like, you know, all games have to be designed for all people all of the time. And that kind of design is just going, whenever that actually occurs, it just, what's the word? It just makes it like, it makes everything ubiquitous and nothing is like original. Souls games are perfectly playable on mouse and keyboard. I wouldn't know. I've not really played much in terms of a Souls game. It's not really my thing. But that's okay, and I'll probably eventually play one. But back to the conversation of like, why did id Tech require mouse and keyboard? Fucking, what am I talking about? I don't know. I'm just an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Who gives a shit? I don't know how to do this fucking piece of shit level. Why don't I have all the achievements in Doom 1+2? Because it requires me playing Doom 2. I played through much tough times never last. Only tough people last. I played through much of Elden Ring fine with a mouse and keyboard. Okay. I have not played any of them. I'm just glad you're not playing Portal for a change. Well, I mean, that'll change if someone uses their Twitch points to make me speedrun Portal. Silent Hill 2 is also a GOAT game. Another one I've not played. I'm very passionate about the games I play, but I'm very specific on the games that I've played. I haven't played every game, you know. I don't know where to go. I've played this level a few dozen times, and I don't know. Where do I go? Where am I going? Doom 2 is still much better than the Plutonian Experiment? Okay. There's the blue key up there. Thank you for the follow. I pushed the button that made these things pop up. Yeah, JRPGs aren't really my thing. I enjoyed Persona 3 and 5, but, you know, not really my thing too much. Like, there's always going to be standout examples of a genre that pretty much anybody can appreciate, but it doesn't really mean that it's, like, the main thing that I play. Oh, that's right. This dog shit room. Ah! You love Quake 2? I think Quake 2 is underrated, but I do understand that it's one of the weaker id Software releases. I think Night Dive did an excellent job making it a bit more unpredictable and entertaining with some of the balancing of enemy designs and stuff. Like having that one guy do a leap was kind of a big deal. Was there no point in coming in here? Where is the stuff? Have I played Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight? Yes, I have. Have you played Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight? That's a decent game. I like Dark Forces 1 more, but I'm more of like a 90, like, you know, that style of boomer shooter, in the Doom mold, 2.5D kind of stuff. I love that. Still don't have a key. God damn it, where the hell is any of the stuff in this level? I hate this level. The pit. I hate this level. What happened with the tips? Why is it only PayPal? It shouldn't be. Finally getting around to beat the Quake 2 N64 levels after watching my dad play them so long ago. The N64 Quake 2 stuff is really fun. It's effectively a Quake 1 mod, but it's, yeah, I like it a lot. Goodness gracious, I don't know where to go. Oh, I hate this level so much. Have I gotten my Steam frame yet? No. Go back to the lower level. I think I am at the lowest level. I remember playing a pirated version of Hexen really young. Go get him. Admitted to a crime. Go get him. I'm kidding. Have I played the Doom RPG? Yes, I have. There's a switch in this room? I thought there was, but I don't see it. What? Where? Is the switch on the middle thing? Behind the wall. Oh, Jesus Christ. This level sucks. I hate this level so much. Almost like Doom 2 was rushed? Yeah. Yeah, almost. Cool, what did that do? God damn it, what did that do? Okay, it did that. Now I can get this. Now I can go over here. Now I can do this. Now I can hit that. Now I can come out here. Now I can go over here. This fucking thing. Alright, now I push this button. I'll open this room. Doom 2 is just bigger, better, badder Doom. It is not. You are a liar. I'm trapped in this room. I'm gonna die. Out of ammo. I'm dead. Okay. And I'm dead. Oh. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. Okay. Yep. God damn it. Doom 2, you suck. Fucking hell, Doom 2 sucks. I have all of Portal 1 memorized by heart. Hey, me too. Sigil 1 and 2. Legacy of Rust. Look at all the fun. Look at all the Doom they added in this Doom. There's so much Doom in my Doom. They got too much Doom in here. So much Doom in the Doom. We got Doom on top of Doom. No Rest for the Living is peak. It's pretty good. What's the review score of Revelations? Oh, very positive with 2000s. That's pretty good. Por fin, el caco pequeño. Speedrun Bad Rats Away. Oh my god, how long have you been watching me? That's like 2015. Por fin, el caco pequeño. Will I ever play Outlast Trials? Probably not. I don't know much about that one. I like what I like. Español intro en el chat. Incredible. Incredible. Outlast Trials is so good. Okay. Oh, good for that game. Tyler, have you seen Project Hail Mary? No. Have you? I would assume with the question you have. Por fin, el caco pequeño. Have I played Fear? Yes. Tyler, what if you were purple? Ooh. Interesting. That is a great. What if I was purple? My brother is saying that like Project Hail Mary is like his favorite thing ever. So, and I think Electrobot the Martian. That's the same guy though, right? Did something happen in the meantime? No, not yet. We're still waiting. books are made by the same author. Yeah, I thought so. Andy Weir wrote both The Martian and Project Hail Mary. Okay. What Half-Life mod is worth playing? I've never played one. Half-Life 1. Sven Co-op is my favorite. But if you want like a single-player thing, Echoes is good. Residue Life is good. Azure Sleep is... Or Azure Sheep. Is it Azure Sleep or Azure Sleep? Sheep. That one's pretty good. A classic one is... the one that was packaged with the Counter-Strike box. Half-Life. Not They Hunger. They Hunger is also a classic. Oh, USS Dark Star is a classic. But no, I'm thinking of... What is it called? Azure Sheep is really bad. Half-Life Cage, Sweet Half-Life. These are, you know, whatever. Yeah, no, it's Absolute Redemption. Yeah. Gunman Chronicles is another good one. Although that was a retail product in the 90s and now it's kind of a freeware thing. Those are all good stuff. Yeah, Absolute Redemption is terrible, but it's very... It's funny. They came up with the Zon. It kind of came up with the idea of the Combine before Half-Life 2. They named it the Zon. Afraid of Monsters, Cry of Fear. I have not played either of those ever. I know they're good, but I'm kind of squeamish with horror, and so I've never actually played Afraid of Monsters or Cry of Fear before. I just finished the Half-Life franchise for the first time, and I need more. You can play Afraid of Monsters and Cry of Fear through Sven Co-op. Interesting. Why is Wolfenstein 2009 not on Steam? Because it was... The license was kind of tied up because it was Activision that owned part of it, id that owned part of it, but now Microsoft owns all of it, so I don't see why they don't. Afraid of Monsters is really good. I've played that a couple times. Yeah, it's something I should play. It absolutely is something I should play. Afraid of Monsters, Cry of Fear. You know, there's a lot of Half-Life, like the real horror-oriented stuff I'm kind of squeamish with, but, you know, I'm getting older. I should be able to handle it. And I don't, like, do those have, like, a whole lot of jump scares in them? I know Afraid of Monsters does, but, like, does Cry of Fear? Yes? Oof. Best Wolfenstein timeline? I don't know what you're asking. A good horror game will have very few jump scares. Yeah, that's why I think Fear is one of the best horror games ever made. There's one in that entire game. Favorite chicken nugget? Wendy's Spicy. I've played one of the No One Lives Forever games. I haven't played the sequel or the Agent Jack thing. Why aren't you playing VR games? Because I don't have a VR headset set up right now. And I'm holding off on playing VR again until I get my Steam frame. If I get the Steam frame. I'll never go down a ladder the same way again. Exactly, yeah. You should play Condemned, Criminal Origins. Nah, it's okay. Wasn't that the game that was banned or something? Alan Wake 2 is up there with one of the best horror games ever made. Yeah, I gotta play the Remedy stuff. I really do. That's something I want to play. Been replaying Alien Isolation's been fun. I've played that one. Have I played Dishonored? I love the Dishonored franchise. I've played all of it. The only one I didn't really like was Death of the Outsider. I thought that one kind of went out, kind of dragged a bit, and they simplified the mechanics a bit too much for my liking, for what I remember. But I think Dishonored 2 is just brilliant. Genuinely one of the best games I've ever played. Prey 2017 is one of the best games I've ever played. Prey 2017 is a bona fide classic and deserves much more credit than what it has. Have I played Half Sword? I don't even know what that is. Amnesia the Bunker is my favorite survival horror game. Okay. I have played Alien Isolation, yes. Have I played Pacific Drive? Yes. I liked that one. Hey, I'd love to see you play Remedy games. Yeah. Doom 2016 was a horror game? Nah, I wouldn't say so. Oh, yeah, the chair. Hey, everybody. Today's stream is sponsored by FlexiSpot. You guys know about FlexiSpot? They make chairs. Today's stream is sponsored by FlexiSpot. Check it out. No, let's do this one. Yeah, here we go. This one's good. Exclamation point chair in the chat. Exclamation point chair in the chat. Exclamation point chair in the chat. Look at my fat ass. Okay. Exclamation point chair in the chat. Click that link. Look at that chair. Go look at the chair. I want everybody to go to the link. I want you to go type in exclamation point chair in the chat. Click on the link and look at the chair. And I want you to tell me your thoughts on how the chair looks. You got to go look at the chair and then tell me what you think about the chair. Please go look at the chair and then tell me what you think about that chair. Flash Ferno says, bruh. Only if you answer my question. What was your question? I don't see your question. It's a nice looking chair. Looks like a comfortable chair. I might purchase this chair in the future. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, guys. Looks decent. Well priced overall. Taking away bias. Valve VR was, or perhaps still is, the best headset out there, or was it only because of Alex? Are you talking about the Index? The Index has been surpassed. Steam frame waiting room. Still waiting for my Steam Machine Q position to hit. Same. Very nice chair. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Maybe buy a chair if you can, you know. Anywho, I'm Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow up on everything we're doing in real time, see what we're up to, check out the Discord server. If you want to support these videos, watch them early, get your name in the credits, my Patreon page is also out there. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. I hope you're having a great day, a great life, a great year, a great month. And if not, I hope our little content here was able to distract you from whatever's going on. I'll talk to you later. Peace and air grease. Adios. Y'all smell.